Nice to be back. This is the 9th year that I've stood here, which is good, isn't it? It's the 9th year that people have turned up, and there's lots of you, so that's amazing. America was my first country that bought my first book, The Naked Chef, so it's always been a bit special to me because obviously being a kid from special needs at school who got no exam results, publishing 9 best-selling books was a surprise for me and my special needs teacher. So it's a great privilege to be here tonight. Okay, Jamie at home. I think I'm very passionate about what I do. I grew up in the industry. Food's important to me. I'm sure the people that have been with me and followed the stuff I've done from the beginning, you know, you get older, you get wiser, you meet more and more wonderful people. And hopefully, if you've seen the programs and the books that I've done, you know, they're kind of erratic. You know, they go from one thing to another, and I guess that's me. You know, I've always tried to express food in different ways, on different levels, with different levels of people. And you know, this was a funny one. I grew up in the country, but I lived in my dad's pub restaurant, and we never had a garden. But you know, most of my youth was spent serving farmers, gypsies, businessmen, old age pensioners, cricket players, God, all sorts of different types of people. I went to the city, learned to cook, and obviously, you know, working with people like Antonio Carluccio, Rose Gray, Ruth Rogers from the River Cafe, Gennaro Contaldo at the Neal Street. We've been obsessively close with produce in a really geeky way. We've always bought from farmers and suppliers and fishermen rather than companies. And then about 4 years ago I moved back to the village I grew up in, and I had to go out growing my own stuff. And all the seeds were in Italian packs. Now I speak a bit of kitchen Italian. Conversational Italian is not good, apart from the naughty words, as we all learn. And that's Gennaro's fault, not mine. So I kind of started reading these packs of seeds and gave up in the end. And so I just sowed them. And if I did it right or wrong, I put them around my garden. There was some half-decent soil, there was a bit of sun, a fair bit of rain in England. Guess what? About 75% of what I sowed grew. I had a great year, ate loads of food, it was cheap, it was for free. And it kind of inspired me to get just a bit more understanding about food. So in the book, there's lots of simple recipes. There's recipes that I believe that the book really wrote itself, and I know it's a bit hippie and a bit soft, so I apologise, but it kind of wrote itself through the year, watching stuff grow. And what better inspiration do you want? So I mean, look, you guys are, I guess, New Yorkers. It's a big, tall, busy city. How is this book relevant to you? Well, you know what? If you've got a garden, ask for a refund. No. I think I kind of started growing up in London where I live. I've only got a flat bit of roof, about twice as big as that desk, and I just bought a couple of those pillowcase-sized bags of stuff, and I sowed some zucchini and some tomatoes, and I think the really good one in the city is using those bags to do a load of salad. And I worked out that for a family of 4, if I had 4 bags, by the time I've cut the first one and gone through the second, third and fourth, the first one had grown back again for free salad, and that was kind of cool. But look, I mean, I really, you've got great farmers markets as well, and I think, you know, it's got some nice seasonal recipes that I hope you enjoy. There's nothing particularly complicated. It's simple, bold flavours, and I hope you like the approach that I've taken. Really, I think it's interesting times where we're getting further and further away from where our food comes from. I think America and England are pretty similar in, you know, no one really wants to know where our animal or our meat comes from. Everyone thinks that organics and stuff like that is hippie, worthy, those kind of folk stuff, and it's not. It's just the non-use of chemicals. So I think, you know, for me, the realisation was if you're going to put something in your mouth and eat it and swallow it, it's kind of quite a good idea to know how it's been reared, how it's been treated, how it's been fed, or in veggie sense, you know, what's it been sprayed with. And for the more mature people in the audience, I don't know about you, but when I went to primary school or junior school, we didn't have every kid with an allergy, every kid with this, that. I mean, it just didn't exist. And, you know, 20 years later, we all do. I wonder why. So, I don't know. As you read the book, you'll take different things from it. But most importantly, I hope you enjoy reading it. I hope you enjoy the recipes. And thank you very, very much for coming to see me for the 9th time, 9 years down the road. Thanks, guys. Cheers.